Okay then, slow roasted pulled shoulder of venison. We have this lovely roe shoulder there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make up a broth. We're going to use this lovely beer, a ruby ale, rich and fruity, a little bit of beef stock. First of all, we are going to cover our lovely shoulder. I'm going to use a piri piri seasoning. It's got all the spices and herbs I want in it. Lay it on a bed of roasted onions, cover it in the beery broth in the oven for at least 4 hours. Then when it comes out, we are going to serve it on a brioche bun with a celeriac slaw. Beautiful, beautiful veg. We'll make a slaw up, celeriac, mayo, lemon juice, some coriander in, on a brioche bun with some sliced gherkins. Okay, first off, we want to get this seasoned up and get it browned off. I'm just heating up the oven now to about 140 degrees centigrade. So once it's all ready, we can slam it in, baby. And the job is a good one. Let's get on it. So this Michelin starred cooking, nothing fancy. Gonna let the venison do the talking. So what we need to do, just slice our onions quite thick. This is just gonna be a bed that they sit on and roast on. If we get a little bit of colour on them, it will also add a little bit of flavour. So nothing too fancy, just through your onions. With the biggest knife you can find, penis envy. Hot pan then, bit of my favourite oil, bit of a wobbly pan, it's had a hammering. Take the heat out of that a bit. Let's get these on. Remember, this is just our bed to lay our venison shoulder on. I want a bit of colour, a bit of caramelisation. But in the meantime, while these are frying away, we will start our venison seasoning. Talking staccato. So we got our lovely shoulder then. That's not going to all fit in the pan. What we want to do is just split this in between the ball joint of the blade bone. That gives us 2 halves. And then a little bit of oil to get our spice mix to stick. Give it one of them. A little massage all over. Put on some nice music. Give it a rub. Ah, yeah, baby. Okay, so you could go for any spice blend, but this piri piri had what I wanted in it: the chilli and all the different herbs and spices. It'll add a little bit of heat. So you want to get quite a bit on, but whatever you fancy, whatever floats your boat, do. You do want a good covering. So we'll get a bit on like this. Onions are cooking away nicely. This will add that little bit of heat, added with the fruitiness of that ale, should work really, really well. And a citrusy slaw with the old celeriac, I think should work a treat. But yeah, just get it on and get it well in. We'll get that in our casserole dish. Best if you can do this in a dish that's got a lid. If not, just use a baking tray with some foil nicely sealed, because we want to braise it. Next, get a bit more oil in there. Want a nice colour on this shoulder now. This is where this fills the room now, of all these lovely, lovely spices. nice and high, want a good crust. So don't be scared then, you want a good caramelisation. This is just the herbs caramelising. It'll have a lovely depth of flavour. Make sure you just get a colour all over it, build up that crust. So you really do want that colour on it, so don't panic. I think that was good enough. I'm going to place it in our cooktop. Give that a few more minutes. Okay, that'll do me. Move that out of the way. Get that on there. Get that in there. On our nest of onions. Let's just turn that down a little bit. The Cranbourne Poacher. He's a very jolly fella. So we want this beer and our stock to come about 3/4 of the way up. So we'll just play it by ear. Let that settle a moment, let the head go down, and we can add some of this beef stock, as you can see. Get it nestled in nicely, just like that. We'll bring that up to the boil, or more a simmer, then we'll get it in our oven. And then you go away for 3 or 4 hours. I'm going to go and watch Rogue Hero Series 2, and by the magic of camera, we will be back getting this out the oven in about, okay, celeriac, slaw. Get this medieval looking wurzel gummidge veg. Oh, there's a bit of venison on there. Yeah. Want to rub a bit of lemon juice on there, keep it fresh. Just top and tail it and peel the thing. Want to be quite quick because it will just brown. And the trick is to cut this as thin as possible into that, and then cut it into matchsticks. As thin as possible. Wafer thin. There's a few to be going on with. And then, yeah, real thin matchsticks. Talk amongst yourselves. 2 things you should never skimp on: mustard, always Coleman's; mayo, always Hellman's. Them's the rules, baby. So we've got our bowl of, some are matchsticks, some are toothpicks, and some are actually kindling, they're that big, and some are life is too short to go over the top. Right, a lemon. Get some lemon juice in there, catch the pips. Get some of that in. Lemon. Get your hands in. Best tools we got. Right, in some beautiful mayo. It all depends how loose you like your slaw. Start mixing that up. This adds the all important texture, crunch. Right, get a bit more of that in a minute. We'll get some of moutarde in like that. All important bit of fire. Give it a bit of salt. Give it a bit of pepper. cheap and cheerful pepper. Get some coriander in there now. That is about as much use, that wooden board, as a blind guide dog. So we're going to get that in there. Yeah, we're just going to get our hands in now because it's doing my Sweden. That gives us our celeriac slaw. I bet you're all going, oh, he's using his hands. I am. I don't care. Perfect. One celeriac slaw. I can go on chill now while we wait for this bloody shoulder. Right, let's have a quick look. See how this is doing. This has been 2 hours. So, still quite solid, although that's starting to pull there. That'll shake out of there. Just going to give it a bit more of that beer and broth beef stock mix just to take it up. We give that another good hour. Then I'm going to take the lid off and give it about an hour with the lid off so we can start reducing that liquor and then caramelizing that shoulder. But it's starting to just gently pull. Beautiful. Okay, this is looking epic. So the last 45 minutes with the lid off. Just look at this. This beautiful shoulder is falling off the bone. Put that to one side a minute. That is hot. Don't touch that. And that should just pull out nice and clean. And that should just shake off if it weren't so hot. Just like that. Look at it. Just need to shred it now. Man. Look at that just pulling apart. Remember, this is the hardest working part of the beastie, the shoulder. Give us time to just shred it. Epic, epic. Oh man. So I'm just going to put some celeriac slaw down. Some of this amazing, and it really is a revelation, pulled venison shoulder. I want the venison to speak for itself, and we're going to put a couple of them pickles on like that, and we're going to give it a toasted lid. And I don't think you're going to get any better than that. That is a monumental pulled venison roll. That is genuinely a thing of beauty. Just look at it. Oh my God. So there you go then, I've just built another. Got to be the best way to cook a shoulder ever. I will never dice another one up. It's a revelation. But there you go. Pulled shoulder of venison. Take care. Just have one final look at this meat. I mean, even if you didn't have it in a roll, just as a Sunday lunch, slow roasted with the usual veg. Yeah, special. I will never dice another shoulder.